I would love for them to nerf him. I think he is a must nerf at this point. I don't even think it's a joke. I think he was really good last season and people didn't understand how to play him. And now people are putting a lot of time on him and now he's actually broken. He is a flyer that has head glitches that are impossible to headshot, but he can also at any moment look anywhere, dash button, what is it, E? Which will then collide him with the ground to juke anybody trying to damage him heading directly towards his supports, but he also gets a shield to keep him alive. It's just way too much. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about this guy. I do think he has a high skill ceiling, but I do think that he's not incredibly difficult to play, and he just gets so much value. He's got a reduced cooldown on his block, which is an invulnerability frame on everything in the game, even like Strange Ultimate, even like Iron Man Ultimate to his face. He just eats all of it, and it's on a reduced cooldown per times he attacks. And now that he deals a ton of HP damage to tanks, he can just punch tanks all day and get infinite block. And that is the worst thing ever. Psylocke now gets more empowered. She does have the highest burst potential in the game. On backline, it's going to be very difficult to find one that can do what needs to be done with her as you're climbing ranks, but as you get to the top ranks, a lot of them can do what needs to be done with her to the point that it becomes frustratingly easy. Like, you will just see your backline die in seconds off respawn because that's what Psylocke can do. Psylocke's really good right now. Just a longer cooldown on her bird. If you see Hela get banned, you better have banned Torch because that's probably why they're banning her. Obviously takes a little hit with the fact that it's got to be Hulk that gives him the buff now. But the turrets are still pretty good. The green laser turrets is pretty strong. Your team needs to burst the turrets. If you're not burning turrets, you're screwed. And he's that good. But if you're smart about burning down turrets, he'll struggle. I'm going to put him in the highest of strong, but just know that he could be end of meta as well. I would argue these three that I'm about to put up here, and I'll discuss all three of them. The top rank Wolverines are still drive me. I'm a Vanguard main, so this may be a little bias of a take. I just hate when Wolverine's in the game because he completely takes me out of the game. And the worst part is some strategists and DPS don't understand that, dude. Like, I need you to go invis for me and pull him off me. Even if I go Emma or if I go Mag, if I try to save a teammate with a bubble, if I don't do everything selfishly 24/7 against the Wolverine, he will wait until my cooldown's out and he will tackle me into his team. And even if he doesn't kill me, I use everything to get out and our whole team is out of resources and we're screwed on repeat. The only counter to him right now is to go single tank and it makes him way less significant. Flyers are pretty good into him and good hit scan and good poke, even like Punisher shoddy. But dude, this dude is so good and I hate it. If there's a Wolverine, go invis. Save your push or pull. Whenever he grabs somebody, push or pull him. It'll disconnect the grab. And Wolverine's like, F***. And now he's just standing there swinging the air, trying to walk back to you. Star-Lord's still really strong. He had a little bit of a booster pack glitch. I'm not sure if that's changed. But no matter what, Guardians Comp is still the best team up in the entire game, by far, bar none. And he is an incredibly strong DPS. If there's a Magneto on your team, constantly bubble your Star-Lord as he's spinning over the enemy's head. He'll get his ult in 2 seconds. Use the ult immediately. Sweep everyone before they get anything. On repeat. You get bubble, go spin over enemy, come back to team, shoot. Get bubble, go spin over enemy, come back to team, shoot, press Q, kill everyone, get bubble, go spin over enemy. Hawkeye, strong now, really good in the cloak and dagger. If there's a cloak and dagger on the enemy team and you have a Hawkeye, congrats, you won. If the Hawkeye's semi-decent. Cloak and dagger needs to switch as soon as the Hawkeye's on the field. He can take cloak and dagger out on cooldown every single ultimate. Her ult's now useless. Hawkeye's still really good, does a ton of damage, good range. But it's all about skill with Hawkeye. It always will be. If you have a good one that understands how to lead and understands the flow of Hawkeye, then you'll probably be okay. He's diveable. You know, some good Hawkeyes can handle that dive if they're really good. Real quick, I dropped these three in a similar line. I would say that Winter Soldier's up there in this line too. He's incredibly strong right now. Giving him the second charge of that bubble is really good against flyers, and it's also really good in general. Give him a ton more damage, and that's what they needed. This helps fight Groot a little more too. So I would argue that Winter Soldier is up here with these three in some of the best DPS in the game, but I'll put him back here for now. And this is where it gets crazy. Jeff, right now, guys, at the top ranks of the game is the only reason I'm bringing this up. Jeff DPS is unkillable, actually. And that's going to spark a lot of people in low ranks who think they are that Jeff to play Jeff and sell their games. You're not that Jeff. Okay, but there are some people that are that Jeff, and Jeff can win games. His pure raw distraction on the back line and his escapability and survivability are through the roof. Hela's really good into him. You know, Cloak can kind of handle, like, there's stuff that like Wanda can handle him, Cloak can handle him, but even so, dude, he is really good right now, and you kind of need to change your team's playstyle if they have a good Jeff. Iron Man is still very strong right now. That buff to his E is good. It helps him against like Spider-Man. Iron Man's always been in a really good place. He doesn't need the Hulk team up anymore to be strong. And his ult's still really good if you play low ground. Iron Man ults, guys, you don't shoot those from a mile away. It's too readable. You shoot them 5 centimeters off the ground at a support. Maximum pulse, and then it's already popped by the time you hear pulse instead of up in the sky. Maximum pulse, and then you see a missile coming from 5 miles away, and then your shields pop up, and then you counter, etc. When it's on the ground, as soon as this line is done, it hits the ground, it is super strong. Is there anyone else I want to put in A tier? I mean, my quick discussion is unlimited ammo still good. Punisher's hit skin's always going to be good. Moon Knight, really good into Loki picks. Also can be strong. His buff to his damage speed made him a lot easier to play. His ult's still good, but it's a little less impactful. Still pairs well with Groot, but it's just a little slower now, so it's easier to escape. Doesn't find as many team wipes as it used to, but he does a lot of damage, and that cycles a lot of ultimates. Mr. Fantastic is really good right now. Pseudo Tank does good damage. My best advice for taking out Fantastic, wait until he goes into big boy form, and then you choke slam him into the wall, and your team burns him. And that's how you take him out quickly. Yeah, you got to put Storm up here still. Storm's still really good. I would say Penny is still a very strong DPS right now. You got to play Penny like a DPS, off angle shutdown. She's got more to her kit now. She can headshot. Her mines do 1 billion damage. She can completely shut down an off angle and make it impenetrable too. If you put the mines in the right place, there's actually certain areas of maps that you have no way of virtually seeing the mines without absorbing a ton of damage. So you're forced to use a bubble cooldown, and it still burns you like crazy after the fact. So she is just really strong if in the right hands. I'll put Bawan on the bottom of strong because I do think she's pretty good right now, and that team up with Strange is actually pretty good. On playable, I've got to put Widow here, Spider-Man here, and here's why I'm putting them in playable. There are certain comps that you should not be playing these characters, but I have seen the top Widows and I've seen the top Spider-Man, and they have run lobbies completely. So I want that to be known that they can absolutely run lobbies. Magic is in that conversation. I think Squirrel's actually playable. I don't have the ability to put her in Lisa Nalgaea because I've seen her played a lot at my rank, especially into like when there's a Groot, or even like there's just been like a few really good Squirrel girls that like if you don't miss your lockdown, it's pretty good anti-dive, dude. She's really good anti-dive. I'll put Panther, and you better be Lisa Nalgaea because he has a lot of counters. He really struggles into the thing. He struggles into like Penny. He struggles into like potentially even Emma sometimes. Hulk bubbles, like anything that just stops him from getting his mark dash through. If you think of it like that, when you're going against a Panther, if you could just stop one dash mark from happening, he is screwed. So you need to play around that and make that happen. So that's why I'll keep him in Lisan, because I think he is very counterable. That being said, I have seen a few that have run lobbies again. I'll keep it there.